last week I was listening back, and we were asked if we were an apologist for anything. Mm-hmm. So I was going to ask you guys, do you think that you're an attackagist for anything? Like you don't give anything...
Like you with Takara.
Yes. Don't bring up bullshit. This is now next week's show. Don't bring up bullshit. But do you think that you are kind of like quick to,
Yes.
jump? Okay.
American comic books.
American comic books.
In general, the genre.
Okay.
Flights and Ties mainly.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's probably...
Do I sound fine to you?
Yes, but I might need to turn you up a little bit. How about now?
Hello? Maybe it's just my headphones. That's fine.
I turned all these headphones down because could you turn... We're pretty professional. Could you just turn that...
Yeah, we sound check as we start. That's the best way to do it.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that should be a bit better, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, and I can even turn it up a little bit more. All right, so American comic books, Flights and Tights, and I think that's also probably the space where it's you're most likely to find something to kind of be, not you personally, but one is, it's the kind of most. I mean, it's been around since the 1930s, right? So it's I think it's the easiest to kind of pick at because
it's not the subject matter per se,
and maybe it's
I think it's a mic because I can hear you guys.
All right, let's try.
I can hear Joe pretty well.
You can hear me on the headphones?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's fine. That's all that matters. It's not the subject matter. It's not superheroes. It's not the type of story it is. It's just the way it's told in the industry, I guess.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Because I like the movies, and there's many events and.
I'm gonna switch you up, man. Try now.
Hello.
Try now.
Hello.
Hold on.
I'm gonna be down to just enough channels to.
Well, this is my channel.
Yeah, that's the right one. All right, we're good.
But yeah, so it's just the how comics and stories are made now with the legacy characters, I guess.
Yeah.
So like I move very quick to attack it. And and probably also what makes me more gravitate towards the movies. Not that I don't like them already.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if I. So like I think that, but once again, I think just because they've been around for so long, there's only so much you like. How long can you really explore a character before you start troping it? So like I think it's a hard task to overcome. I think it's actually more.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, it's more surprising when they do end up doing something unique with them.
Yeah, the only long-running series I know that's still one writer still considered one of the greats is One Piece. It's like 1,000+ episodes now. It's 30+ years.
Right.
But like that, it's not gonna keep going forever. It can't.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Well, thinking back on it, I'm a huge apologist for professional wrestling, I'd say.
But what you attack us on?
Pepsi.
Pepsi. Dude, fuck Pepsi.
I'm serious. It tastes like it's got bugs in it.
Not Pepsi the company, because they make other shit that's
good. They do,
good,
PepsiCo,
just
but Pepsi soda.
Cola.
Yeah.
Pepsi-Cola's
I even tried
Pepsi.
I love mango, the flavor of mango.
Oh, I have the new mango Pepsi Zero.
Yeah. Oh, you want to be the Mango Man?
The Mango Man. So I tried to be
the Mango Man.
I tried to be the Mango Man, and I had like 2 sips of it, and I threw it away. It was gross. I didn't even let anybody else in my house try it. I'm like, y'all don't even need this in your life.
Damn.
Yeah, I hate to hear it. I was thinking, like, I think that, like, I think I can be an attackist of mainstream
In general.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's not
a hipster thing to do.
Yeah. So it's not that it's
Bobby the hipster.
it's not that it's like it's not that my beef is aimed at any one thing in particular. It's that once things reach a certain level of popularity, it starts to annoy me, and I think it's twofold. I think for one, it's because it had to do certain things and present itself a certain way to reach that level of popularity. And those things that it usually has to do to reach those things ends up pissing me off anyway.
Like the song Thrift Shop by Macklemore?
Correct.
Does that make you very angry?
Correct.
Or once it's reached a certain point, it then changes into something you don't like.
Yes.
Like
yes.
Deadpool for me.
Well, exactly.
Yes.
Oftentimes things get so oversaturated to the point where it's like...
Yeah.
You just get exhausted by...
Selling out. But not quite selling out, but it's the same as selling out. Like, you become popular, and then you turn into something else that you weren't to begin with.
And I think that there's another aspect of it that's like, once like the saturation, I think is a big deal, and it's not just in terms of what the media is presenting you, but hearing people talk about it constantly, like just being bored with something.
Yeah. Do you think once things hit certain mass appeal, or that something already has mass appeal to begin with, has to maybe lack some depth? Or that it can be consumed without needing the depth that it has?
I think it's easier. I think it's easier to gain mass appeal when everything is on the surface and very kind of the icing on the cake. It doesn't need necessarily to have the cake. Every now and then it has the cake.
But you don't need it for the mass appeal.
Correct.
It's for the other people who wants to dive deep into it.
I think that you need it to have like really some sort of impactful legacy. You know? Like if we take... just to keep it so that it's not competing against anything. But like if we take Batman and Robin or Batman Forever, right? Let's take Batman Forever. I think it was pretty successful at the box office that year. Like I think, it performed like it was supposed to. The toys sold, et cetera, et cetera. Great single from Seal. It's there's a bar about Seal somewhere. I forget what it is. It says something to do with about God loving ugly, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah. Anyway, there's but it doesn't have the staying power.
Yeah.
Right. But like The Dark Knight, for instance, very mass appeal, very mainstream, but it has the staying power because it does have the cake underneath the icing. And I think it's harder. To come across that because that's when you have people that really know how to dress something. You know what I mean? And it's fucking challenging. It's just like fucking music too. It's hard to find that like thing that's like super mainstream and also like super like has a whole ton of, for lack of a better term and a cliche and somewhat makes me nauseous to even say, but have a ton of artistic integrity at the same time.
Oh, speaking of which, I meant to mention this to you. Pop Smoke's on the Fast 9 soundtrack.
I was aware.
I figured you knew that.
I was aware.
But I just needed to make sure he was part of the family.
He's in. Yeah.
Never turn your back.
He's the talk of the town right now. He put out an album last Friday that people are not happy about.
He did it.
Well, his management.
He put out this like Tupac put out. Him and Tupac at the same place right now.
Yes.
I wrote the song a long time ago.
But he it's the same thing. Like so that his last album. This is very topical. His last album had probably the most commercial success that he's ever had. It was number one on Billboard for I think the entire year.
Wow.
And it's also the biggest divergence from his previous two efforts. And I think they tried to really tap in on that on this one, and it shows. But now the people that jumped on board for the kind of fluffy stuff aren't really checking for it. There's just whatever the radio picks up and makes it popular. Right. And the people that are kind of long-term fans that have been there in the trenches, as it were, are like, where is the shit that I like? I need to have some of the shit that I like, too.
Was it an album that was compiled of shit he had done?
Yes.
Like, posthumously.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he was a bit of like a sketcher, like so to speak, not the sneaker, but like he would go in and before recording songs, like he would do warm up stuff and he would experiment with stuff, and so there's like all these, like they say it's thousands of these like half recorded, like just a verse here or a chorus there or whatever.
I mean, it sketches sounds right. It literally makes sense. If you go into artist portfolio, you're just gonna see thousands of random drawings that aren't done.
Correct, and that's what they compared it to. So there's a ton of like people were upset about the amount of features, but the truth is that he probably doesn't have the space. Like he probably left the space on there because he wasn't. It was just a sketch for him, you know. Anyway, but it kind of the same thing. And the other part of it is I do think there is something about where it's like it's like the precious for me, and like when it becomes everybody's, it makes it less special to me somehow. And
that is a common thing. That's what happens with like gatekeepers.
Yeah,
like I mean, I assume you don't do that kind of behavior, but like there are people who. I mean, that's where the trope of hipsters come from. It's like. And they talk shit about people because they don't know it better, or they don't like it as much as they do, or
but if anybody likes it more than they do, then they can't stand it.
Right?
Yeah. All right, I had to switch Joe's mic. I couldn't take it anymore.
Now I can hear it.
There he is.
Much
Sultry,
better, much
sultry. So yeah, I know that gatekeeper is kind of said with this very negative connotation in today's lingo, like they're
because when someone's a fan, it's like, oh well, yeah. Do you know this issue of this and what happened then? You know, that kind of mentality.
Yeah. So I'm never trying to make something unenjoyable or keep something away from someone.
Yeah.
But when it becomes everyone's, then I somehow am kind of something like your child, and it's like, oh, you go live now. You go live with everyone. Like, you're not just mine anymore.
Right.
And I hate to say it because it sounds shallow and shitty and maybe even a bit pretentious, but like it's just I don't mean to. You know what I mean? It's just,
like I said, I don't think it's unique to you.
It's the natural progression of things growing. Is people are going to find stuff. I'll give you an example. The Mythic Legions line is exploded in popularity during the pandemic, and those the groups. Guys, I know I like
you're in one or two. I believe
I'm in a couple. It's once again, how to say this without just sounding like a jackass. it's new people come in, they ask the same question. It's
what does chug mean?
Yeah, exactly. That or I'm in a lot of groups for the machines I run, and it's people that I got my machine yesterday, and drilled a hole in my hand. What am I doing wrong?
Right.
To the point where I actually went through this weekend and cleaned up. I'm like, this group's here if I need it, but I don't need to see this because there's no information that I need.
I mean, it speaks to the individual. So that's annoying, not because it's popular. It's annoying because there are FAQs and many of the same threads over and over and over again that people just are too fucking lazy to look through.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly, all I have to do is type in the search bar, hole in my hand.
Yeah.
And you find tons.
And it's also like I don't want to. It's like a previous generation may have taught me. Do you know what I mean? And I use generation loosely, right? But then I feel like I've done as much as I could for a next group, and it's like, well, let the next group,
right?
So you don't get burned out on answering the same thing 1,000 different fucking times.
Exactly. I have a contradictory feeling too. Like when I find something precious and less known and special, what I find to be special, I want people to know it. But then when people do know about it, it's like fuck, man.
Yes, now
it's not special.
I can't wait to share it. You know what I mean? Like I can't wait to share it.
It's like no winning.
Yeah. So I think that's the only thing I had, because I started thinking when I started thinking about the question, like certain things kept popping to my mind, but then I was like, oh my god, this is just becoming and I'm gonna wait for y'all to finish drinking. This is just becoming an anti-Joe and Chris show, because I was like fucking Fast and Furious, fucking anime, fucking, and then I was like, what is it about those things? Is it that my friends love them? And I was like, no, because I started thinking about like wrestling. I think that you love it. Like it doesn't like make me get under my skin in the same way. And then I was like, it's the fact that it's not specific to them. I feel inundated with it from every angle. And my kids want to talk about fucking anime all the time. And it's popular. Fast and the Furious is all over my new Pop Smoke is on the Fast and the Furious soundtrack. And you know what I mean? Like
when worlds collide, Bob. That's what it is.
And so like that was just me going through the motions, almost like an exercise of like trying to figure out what it is that actually bothers me about something.
I can see it being infuriating. Something you don't like already, and then you bombard it with something that you don't like. Makes you not like it even more, probably.
Yeah, but it can also go the other way, where it's like something I like because it's like my little private secret. You know what I mean? And then I like you said, like I'll find myself doing the same thing. Where like as soon as I find something I love, I want to share it with everybody. Like you should listen to this, check this out, watch this. So, but then when everybody's doing it, I'm like. Like it's like you can't win. It's like
you just
can't win with that one. So Chris, you got your coffee first. Joe, how was your nerd week?
Fine. We had a visitor, a Twitch friend, fellow Twitcher, a lovely lady, came and had a fucking good weekend. I had fucking sushi twice. They had a couple of streams. I let them do the thing. I didn't jump in because I was like, you guys probably do better on your own and for your purposes. Also because of visitor and like the numbers were fucking crazy. They both streamed on each other's channel, taking turns, and then they did a hot tub stream yesterday with we have nice bathtubs.
Yes, bathtub. Yeah, it is a nice bathtub.
So
flex on them. It's okay.
I mean, the fucking turnout was great. What else? We watched the new Resident Evil 3D movie. So like that is his own universe.
Okay.
Like, versus the live action movies, which is a not Michael Bay, Paul Wes Anderson thing that
yes, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, usually fans don't like.
Right.
but all the 3D movies tie into the games and with each other. And if you like Resident Evil and you like nicely or beautifully 3D animated stuff, you would enjoy it.
Okay.
I don't know why. I think it's because of it was released in Japan, probably because it's Japanese made. You can see that the lip sync doesn't work the best, but it's like a 4-part miniseries, which adds together into like 2 hours. Could have been a movie. But I enjoyed it. We tried a new show, watched it 2 episodes. Interesting so far. It's called Katla.
Katla?
Yeah, it's the name of a glacier in Iceland, I believe.
Okay.
So it's a sci-fi story, which I love. Like, so apparently volcano's been going off for like a year, like just spewing out smoke, and like the glacier is melting because of it, and then shit's coming out of it, like dead people, or people that people thought was dead are walking out. So far in two episodes, and then like they went to dig the bodies up, and they're still there. So like these are copies of dead people who are now alive with all the same memories. So like it was intriguing.
Netflix original?
I don't know if it's Netflix original.
I'm just kidding.
Maybe because like, I mean it's kind of reminds me of Dark, the other sci-fi foreign TV series I really like. That was German, I think. This one is actually Icelandic.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've seen that one called Dark. I've never
it's
seen
really
it.
good, and it wraps up.
Seen it on there.
It wraps up pretty fucking well.
No, no cliffhangers to piss off, huh?
No.
Did you ever see the movie Cliffhanger itself?
Yes, with
How was that?
Sylvester Stallone, great.
Dude, the
with
irony.
John
the irony.
Lithgow.
The irony, man. The irony.
And also Cliffhanger, the comic brand, which was made Battle Chasers.
It's true.
Yeah.
How was that?
Wow.
No, that's a cliffhanger. That's a 20-year cliffhanger in the making. As a matter of fact, motherfucker.
Oh, here we go.
Now I'm hot.
Here we go.
Fuck Joe Mad.
Oh,
man.
now that microphone's working just fine.
I love, dude. He's my favorite goddamn comic book artist. His art is, but he's a fucking piece of shit who can't deliver and fucking reneges on promises, man. Fuck that guy,
Man.
and fuck me for funding his project like 20 years after the fact, thinking he's gonna change.
Hate to hear it.
People don't change.
I feel like your mic just went out again.
Because I screamed into it.
Maybe. Oh, no, there
I
you go.
can hear it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I think it was all over the place.
I think I'm sensitive to it now. Like
You overpowered it.
I think I was just screaming in the club, bro.
Gotcha.
But anyway, I lost my track of thought now. But yeah, I think that might be it. Other than normal, still drawing D&D art, and I'll show you guys some maybe after.
Nice.
And listening to the shit I normally listen to.
Yeah, the creepypastas.
Creepypastas, no sleep. It's like the same now. It's like 2 different subreddits, but like it's basically the same thing.
Gotcha.
And also like just D&D stuff in general. Also like how to be a good DM. Maybe I want to DM one day. Who knows? Because like that's the hardest part about D&D, right?
That's a dungeon master.
Yes.
Okay.
Usually it's GM
Not
nowadays.
a direct message, Bob.
No.
I'm just making sure.
That's also not the thing that protects your internet.
Yes.
That's a SVP.
VPN? How about
Senior vice president.
Senior vice president of VPN. The SVP of VPNs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like or GM, game masters for like any role playing game. But like everyone wants to play, but no one wants to facilitate. So I should do my due diligence, take my turn sometimes.
Yeah. You had mentioned like you had to do an emergency thing to help your folks this morning and help with stocking.
Yeah. I used to do that more often. When I lived closer, I would just go help regularly, especially when Krista worked there too.
I only bring it up because I remember I'll never forget this fucking night. I was opening up. No, this is not a flex. The Dollar Tree.
Woo! Get him! Build a booth.
And they double booked the tractor trailer.
Oh,
so
shit.
it basically came with 2 stores worth of supplies.
Oh shit!
And we had to find a place for it. And it also took a fuck ton of time, right? So like at the end of the night, my buddies, I was supposed to hang out with the guys, and the guys like couldn't find me at home. It was before cell phones, really. You know what I mean? So like
Pagers?
Yeah, I had a pager.
911 page?
I had a pager, but I don't even think we had phones hooked up in the Dollar Tree yet.
Oh,
you know
man.
what I mean? So like,
God.
so like they just came. They knew I worked there, so like all the guys came by like the Dollar Tree, and I'm in the back trying to get these fucking boxes in the storage room, and we're literally packing the storage room the way we're packing your house and in my movie room, like from back to front, because we're just running out of available space. And my buddies, like, because we're supposed to hang out, like just said fuck it and got involved helping like unload this truck, but they didn't give a fuck. So like by the end, they were just like throwing the boxes like up over how high we had stacked them to try to pile them up on, because it was like no room for shit. And like my buddy Shane, this Your Basement Stupid buddy, he threw a box, it went up, it hit the fluorescent light, smashed it to pieces, like all broken glass all over the boxes up there, like, you know, and they're all like laughing and carrying on. My manager really didn't even give a shit because they were helping for free.
Oh, your manager was there?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a broken light bulb versus free help, bro.
Right.
Yeah. A bunch of dudes helping you unload.
Yeah. Anyway, I always think about that when I hear about like,
that's cool that they just fucking jumped in.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's get this done.
Yeah, that's funny.
I when I was in the auto parts business, I was running this, help set up this hub store, which was like double inventory of a normal store. And something similar happened, and none of it was in it. We had to count like the entire store. None of it was in it. It was a mess. It was a disaster.
And there's a lot of little bits and pieces.
Yeah. Fun.
Chris, how was your nerd week?
So I'm going to start a new segment. I'm not going to do it every week. It's going to be called Stumbling Across Bobby Skullface. So I'm in, once again, Facebook groups. And I'm in one called the Foam Modeling Workshop. And a gentleman yesterday asked, trying to get the motivation to create some DTOF dials for my Masterpiece Transformers. And another gentleman says,
do a dio of a Billy.
That's a good idea. So someone says, check out Bobby Skullface on YouTube. Uh-huh. He has some pretty neat dioramas for Transformers in a series where they also critique other people's setups.
Yes.
And the response from the original poster is, yeah, I know all about Bobby Meat Hands.
Dude.
And this is in a group that has nothing to do. It's just it's very random that.
Right.
And then the person below said, what's a DTOF?
Is it Robert?
No. It was just some. There's a lot of people from like other side of the world.
Right.
I saw that was funny. I saw that. I'm like, I got it. Try it.
Yeah. Jeez Louise.
So I went to ZoloCon this weekend.
Yeah.
Depending on when you're listening to this. I drove up by myself. Wasn't a huge, presence to like our get along gang, but we had a good time. It was pretty full. It got uncomfortably. Have you ever been to that show?
I have not.
So it's in this building called the Fuge.
Was that the last one that Mike went to? New York Mike went to? Yeah, I like in my head that's what that show is to me.
Yeah. Well, hold tight.
Okay.
It's a really cool building if you've never been there. It used to be a centrifuge for testing back in like the 50s and 60s, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, they still got the centrifuge in there, and there's a room upstairs, and you literally walk through an old control room with all these,
knobs.
You'd think everything, it just sounded like Morse code going on constantly and all these lights.
It still checks if you're a communist. Just
Sure. Yeah. You have to answer this like really weird 4 questions. But it's they have a very odd path to market for this. So if you pay for the VIP, you can get in at 8:30. If you don't pay for the VIP, you can't get in until 10. Even if you get there at 9:30 like me and say, I'll pay whatever I just want to. No, nobody can go until 10.
The rules, I guess.
Rules. Yeah, consequences, right? So, anyways, had to stand outside a little longer than I wanted to, and it was brutal. It was like 90 at
dude,
9
it's been
a.m.
fucking
It was rough.
Yesterday was nice.
Yesterday was super nice.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff done outside yesterday, but it was cool. I mean, let me think. It was Bricks and his girl were there. Brink, Dom. I got to meet Jason Young. You did Jason's.
Yeah.
So Jason was up from North Carolina. One of his buddies was helping vend a booth, so I got to hang out with him for a minute. Gort was there.
Gort
Sensitive, and I'm gonna forget somebody. I know I am. Oh, Raul! I can't forget about Raul.
Yeah, dude, that machine. That was crazy.
He bought us lunch. He didn't have to do that, but
it's a generous. Dude,
and then I think we probably left a tip that would boggle their mind because we just kept them like give.
Yeah,
it was fun. We went to Bricks. It's Bricks on the Dollar. Chris, he runs a Lego store.
That's also the coolest name in the world for somebody who runs a Lego store.
Right. But he moved. He moved from kind of out in basically 2 towns down, but it went from just like this kind of strip mall in the middle of nowhere kind of to like he's in a strip mall with like a giant grocery and there's all sorts of stuff. Nice. He isn't actually open yet, but it's a really cool place. I'd only been to his other place one time, and I remember it was February. It was very cold, and we were in his warehouse looking around, and it was very cold. This whole thing's got HVAC, so it's exciting for him.
And on the Patreon, if you search in the search bar "Bricks on the Dollar," I think you'll find an interview that I did with him.
Oh yeah,
like talking about like how he got started, how and it's pretty fucking inspiring. Man.
Yeah, it's he and I talked a bit about that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. But he has. They don't normally do this, but he took all New York Mike's Star Wars Lego stuff and is. If it's built, they're tearing it down, inventorying it, bagging it, and going to sell it. On the shelf, which he said they don't do that, but it's for Mike, so they're doing that. And we're talking about like the Death Star and these huge fucking, like they had one they were in process tearing apart, and they were trying to, I guess, go through the directions and figure out. My God, it sounds like such an overwhelming.
Yeah.
He said they'll sell better loose because I think he said they did sell some of them put together at the old store, but they'll sell better. That's what Lego people want to build Legos. They don't want to necessarily do that. So that was fun. It was fun to see everybody. We had sushi for lunch.
Nice,
dude.
Yeah, there's a sushi place right down the street.
Sushi Squad.
Dude, they have
on that strip mall actually.
This place in Frederick has amazing fucking sushi.
Where
like I said, it's very close to what they have in Japan.
Where did you go?
Lazy Fish.
Where is that?
Is
it downtown?
East Patrick Street, I think.
Okay.
And they have the special cuts when available. They run out really fast usually, but it's really good. And they have really good dessert. They have a fried cheesecake and a fried banana roti.
I love fried banana anything. I'm a big fan of bananas. Write that down. We were sitting there and looking above the sushi bar, and they have all these, the contraptions they put. Like they brought our sushi out on some wood plank thing. Mm-hmm. I said, I didn't say it to them, but I said to them, I wonder how much sushi you got to order to get that big ass boat. I mean, it was it was about the size of this table.
Yeah, we get the boat sometimes.
80 pieces. That's it.
80 plus.
How many pieces of sushi do you think you could eat in one sitting?
I usually eat 50 at a time.
50.
Yeah, 50 plus a cheesecake.
Wow, I had 3 rolls and was very full. I had a fried roll. The whole thing was fried.
Yeah, that's great.
It was good. I'd never had one of those before. I thought it was just going to be like tempura.
Oh, on the inside, no.
Yeah, but the whole thing was fried.
You like sushi?
Awesome.
We should go. We should catch some special.
I can eat 4 of the little discs.
The discs. Like what kind do you like, Bobby? What's your favorite?
4 of the little discs.
I'm assuming he's talking about the California rolls.
Are they disc or cylinders?
I don't know.
Oh, the wide, skinny, flat ones? Yeah, those are discs.
How many times have you had sushi, Bobby?
We made sushi for him once.
Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
I've probably had it like 10 times.
Okay.
That's a good amount.
Yeah.
More than a lot of people.
I can have 4 or 5 of them. The little nuggets. Not like
the little sushi nuggets.
Yeah, because I feel like when you say I can eat 3 rolls, you're talking about a whole roll.
Yeah,
but that's cut.
Yeah.
That's one roll.
Pieces.
Each cut is the disc I'm talking about.
Okay, so that's like 8 to 10 pieces, I guess, depending on where it is and what the roll is.
So I can have I could probably eat 4 little discs.
Wow.
And then I'm not full, but I start feeling weird about what I'm eating.
So you have basically
it's like hot dogs.
You have
I gotta eat 2 hot dogs, but I'll never eat a 3rd fucking hot dog because I start feeling weird about it all.
You gotta turn your brain off.
What, really?
So you eat 6
3 is minimum hot dogs for me.
6 rolls, basically.
Yeah.
6, 7 rolls.
Oh, you're like that dude, man. That other Asian
Joey
dude.
Chestnut. Kobayashi. Yeah.
Just deep throw it, just slide it right down.
That dude could eat some fucking hot dogs.
Joey Chestnut broke the world record on the 4th of July again. 76 hot dogs in however many minutes.
Dude, on the 4th of July.
On the 4th of July.
76.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Dude.
He did it on purpose, you think?
Had to.
Well,
That would be amazing.
He
said he could have had more, but I'm going to stop at 76.
No, he had 75 last year, so he beat his record. But he beats people 30 or 40 hot dogs. It's crazy.
What they need to figure out how to do is, instead of just opening the throat, just opening all the gates. So the hot dog slides directly in the mouth, through the throat, around the intestine, straight out the asshole.
That's a lot of training.
If you can do that, would that count? You can infinite hot
Just wear
dogs. You're
diapers.
just shitting it out.
That would be really interesting.
Whole ass hot dogs.
I would watch that from a scientific standpoint.
It's like the human centipede, but with hot dogs.
That would be great for the human centipede because usually the second guy's just eating shit, but the second guy would be eting full ass hot dogs.
I can taste the nitrates.
It would be like could that go on Twitch?
I think that's COS, bro.
Yeah. Probably some
The going in part is
terms
probably
are-
fine, but the coming out part probably not.
Oh man, worked a lot on dioramas this week. I got two more. I got one thing I'm designing that we're gonna release, and then I'm this week found out I've got another project.
You just found out someone gave
Well,
it to you.
I had a
You have a project.
I had a conversation that's leading to some more
special
work.
stuff.
So
Nice.
some exciting stuff coming up.
When are you quitting your regular ass job, bro?
I'm not.
Benefits, right?
Well, benefits. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a pension.
And yeah, exactly. Retirement.
And,
I mean, I count retirements and
Security.
pension as benefits.
Yep, security. I mean,
There's never gonna be a shortage of fucking nerds.
No, but I do feel like this action figure shit is kind of in a boom.
I'm taking advantage of this while I can. I mean, I really am. That's why we've shut the website shut down right now, but and we're a lot of what like this week and this weekend just busting ass trying to get orders out so we can actually take a break.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, we're gonna shut the website off. We still have to do all this work, you know. So I want to have some new stuff to come out. So I've been designing and whatnot. Project that you guys have seen that actually I actually filmed a video
Nice.
to put out after it's shown and edited it and boy I'm bad at that because I don't do it enough to remember how to do it.
Yeah.
So like I've got Premiere Pro, which is Adobe's top
Right.
of the line whatever because we pay for that whole suite.
I know. There was some sauce in there.
Got a little sweet sauce on it.
When is it going to be revealed, do you think?
This week. It'll be revealed. This is not STCC week.
I don't know. Is that in November?
I don't even know when that's happening
Yeah, I
now.
was like,
But
that's
like
still
this
happening.
week is this coming weekend, which well, I guess we should say would be the 22nd ish. That would have been it. Actually, I could probably reveal it pretty soon because here's the teaser video for the it's happening right now.
Wow.
They just posted that. So, anyways, I did a video to just show that, which I think I've got the hang of that. I may try to do more videos just so I am top of mind about how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like anything else, man. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
Yeah. I mean, I was like, so I did all the little bullshit tutorials in there. I'm like, all right, I'm going to figure out how to do this. Because I've used some other software before, like some free shit I've had that it's just like, ugh. I have to go to 3 different sites to make this happen, but
Yeah.
figure out how to do it. Got done playing Cyberpunk to a point where I wanted to do something else. The kids and Kelly had gotten me like some PlayStation money, whatever, and we were looking for a game to buy, and then I'm like, oh well, I can I don't know, PlayStation Play or something. It's like $70. And there's
Yeah, a bunch of free games.
Oh my God.
Well, not free, but
It's-
you paid for it, but like access to
yeah,
it.
but it's access to this huge library of games.
And
So
old games too. Yeah.
So we played. We started playing. We were looking for something that was like, I guess it's called couch co-op. You know, where you could sit there with somebody and play
Yes.
on the split screen.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of games out
Not
there that
anymore.
aren't like just top down stuff. Borderlands 3, I think it's Borderlands 3. You guys ever played the Borderlands
Yeah.
games?
No.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with them.
I did not realize after playing Borderlands for a little bit that all these games are exactly the same.
I mean, first
the general
shooters.
concept is
Yeah.
it's a murder robbery
And looting
and
stuff and
upgrade
upgrading weapons.
Yeah, that's all it is. So we played that for a while, and then Kelly had got off.
Wow. Good
Love
job.
to hear it. Love to hear it.
Yeah, well,
It was her birthday
it's
after all.
pretty regular actually. Kelly had gotten off of Amazon, I believe. Whatever the newest Assassin's Creed game for the PS5. It's like a Viking theme.
Yeah.
I've never played any of those games before.
They used to be good.
Okay.
I quit 3 games back.
So we played that, kind of just taking turns back and forth with the story.
I got to tell you, I wasn't impressed
With what?
that game, Assassin's Creed.
The first one, the
first-
second one.
Oh, okay.
The first-
That's probably
no,
my problem.
No, the first one is great because of the concept, right? But
yes.
like, it's new,
It was
it's fresh,
repetitive.
but
It
it's
was
repetitive.
the same thing in every fucking.
And they took the lesson and made 2.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There
So-
you go.
Like Street Fighter was the same thing. The
There
first
you
one,
go.
if you played it, wasn't great.
Yeah.
Street Fighter 2, people still play it.
Grand Theft Auto 1? Really weird.
I love Grand Theft Auto on the top-down computer. I played the fuck
When
out of that.
Well, when I found out, I was like, well, you know, when the one that's popular now, I'm like, well, they're making them more of that game? Ugh. And then, you know,
No,
obviously,
yes.
like, but I'm not sure about that game yet. It seems like it's fun, but I don't know. A lot of the time going through they force you through tutorials and all that, and it's just like, ugh. It's so long, but it's a beautiful game. It's the first PS5 proper game that I've played, and just the render, like you're walking in the snow, and the way the sun's reflecting off the snow is just it's crazy.
Yep.
And to think that somebody had to, every blade of grass and every
nowadays it is, but also at the same time, like now people just make engines to make the games.
Well,
right.
Like,
sure.
So like you're like, I want grass there, and the computer's like, oh, let's put some grass there. So you don't have to do
right, and I'm sure there's plenty of that, but it's still amazing.
It's still fucking amazing. It's just that like, it's just like drawing. You don't have to fucking
get a ruler
each individual fucking line anymore like you used to.
Right. Yeah. Watched 2 wrestling pay-per-views this weekend. TNA's Slammiversary, which is like their WrestleMania, was Saturday night. It was the first time they had a crowd of any kind, which was a very small crowd. It was a good show. And then I watched Money in the Bank, which was
Showed what you drink.
Close. I watched Money in the Bank last night on Sunday until Peacock. Till Peacock decided to crap out, like right before the main event. So I'll watch the rest of it this morning. But it was entertaining stuff.
More importantly, how was the Boulder restaurant?
I forgot to tell. Yeah, so we went out for my wife's birthday and went to Boulder, and we both thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did you get the shrimp?
I don't remember what I got. Some sort of. I'm trying to remember what I got. What I got was great. I mean, it was fantastic.
Great. I don't remember it, but it was great.
It was like appetizer. I'd gone to. I was like, look, I'm not a big shrimp person. We had a whole shrimp conversation.
Yeah, it was a whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even. I don't remember what, but it was good. I will say things I've noticed with these restaurants that have indoor outdoor dining. The flies are an issue
because they keep opening the doors.
They keep opening the doors, and like it was hot as hell. And, we went at like I think. No, we ended up going at 7. That's the first time they said they had a reservation, which I don't know why they were saying that because there was plenty of seats. But people were like, "I want to sit under the patio." I'm like, Jesus,
people love outdoor sitting.
I don't like eating.
People are still super scared of COVID.
I guess that's part of it. I've never been a fan of sitting outside. If it's something like I'm at somebody's house or something, I don't mind that. But if I'm at a restaurant and it's hot as hell,
if it's hot as hell. There's your answer.
No, in general, I leave. Like if they said there's only outdoor seating, I was like, thanks.
Oh man, if it's like in the evening, like 68 to 72 degrees, like
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
We both got shrimp and grits. Now that I think about it, which were great. I know how much you like grits.
Yeah,
and shrimp.
Yeah.
Well, I do like their shrimp, but I don't know if it's the same.
It's not the same as what you're. I'm trying to remember what we got for an appetizer. I don't know.
Did you see how it came on a plate? It felt like.
Mine came in like, I mean, it's almost like a soup the way it's presented because it's got a broth with it and everything.
See, it might not have been the right course to understand my point on that place.
I understand your point.
Yeah.
I do.
But you didn't get to experience it, though.
I didn't get to experience it. I guess that's it for me.
So I didn't do much. I did, ironically, I watched Snyder Cut twice.
Did you watch it in black and white one time?
I did not do the black. I will not do the black and white. I have no interest. Part of why I love part of why I love that movie so much is because of how beautiful it looks. So I don't want to take that away to watch it.
Beautiful in a different way.
Maybe
this is a black and white photography.
Yeah. But so I watched it twice. I watched it with a buddy of mine who hadn't seen it, and he's not really into the genre, like generally. And he was like, why don't they make more like this? And I was like, this isn't what people want. And he was like, people want the tree thing, like because he saw Guardians, but he hated that because of how goofy it was. And like it's so funny, like he's a normie for through and through. Mm-hmm. He asked where Spider-Man was at one point. You know what I mean? Because just Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, all the big ones. Put them in there. You're gonna put them in there together, right? Get the money. Why wouldn't you have fucking Spider-Man in this thing? But he was like, he loved the tone so much of it, like, so I watched that, and then I watched it and enjoyed it so much that I wanted to watch it again, and then I watched it with Laura and Selena yesterday while we were working on a diorama. Let's see, I did do some other things. Worked on dios. I watched this documentary. It's called like it's like American Gangster or Girl Gangster or some shit. It's about this girl who lived on the south side of Chicago and had supposedly like 17 or 19 bodies on her and was murdered at like the age 17.
Wow.
So like by the time she was 17, she had damn near killed 20 people. Had quite the reputation. Now, let me tell you how this hit my radar. And A&E produced it. Somebody sent me a link to it and was like, you have to watch this. No spoilers. Watch to the end.
Okay.
So I said, okay. So I watched it.
And where did you watch this?
Actually, I streamed it. If there's a YouTube link, if you hit me up, he sent me the YouTube link. Long story short, he sent me the YouTube link. In the YouTube link was a link to this to watch the full thing because it was just a clip.
Was there 17 links you had to follow?
Yes. It was actually Legend of Zelda.
Fair enough.
Anyway, so he sent the link from there, and then he showed me how it hit his radar, and that's how I found out about it. So King Von comes on this thing. Now, King Von is a rapper from Chicago who was murdered last year, and he is from the opposite side of the gang war that this young girl was part of.
Okay.
And when they say there was one person on the other side, apparently that wanted her to be his girlfriend. And they started sharing like tweets that he like, hey, what are you up to? Like, you too cute for all this. Let me tell you something. She's not cute at all. I mean, no disrespect. God bless the dead, all that kind of stuff. But she looks like a dude. You know what I mean? Like she looks like a dude. There's nothing feminine remotely about her.
Right.
And so I found it kind of bizarre, right? And then they cut to this interview that they did with Von. And they did this shit before Von was Von. Okay. So like he's not really known at this time, you know, timestamp wise.
Right.
And they're like, so you liked her? And he's like, yeah, I wanted to fuck her and shit. So I hit her up like, damn, let me fuck you and shit.
That's swag right there.
So like I'm laughing because the dude is so funny, but something seems weird about it, right? Like there's a whole weird energy, and they're saying, well, one of your tweets here says, "When this shit's all over, I'ma run up in you," right? And he's like, did you tweet that? And you know, this is like a A&E producer guy having an interview with King Von, the fucking BD, just you know what I mean, gangster of fucking O-Block, and he's like, I don't know. He's like, that shit sound raw, and I be saying raw shit, so I probably said it. Wow. Come to find out afterwards, he is the prime suspect for killing her. So it was all a troll for him.
Oh shit!
Just to get to her because she was killing his boys or whatever.
Not so much that, but more so like it was all a joke.
Yes.
So like even when he's doing the interview, like and he's saying like, yeah, I want to fuck her and shit. So I was like, damn, come here, let me fuck you. Like he's saying that so that his circle of friends are like all laughing.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like it's
crazy.
all a joke. And I was like, God damn, some of that shit is ruthless, man. Been working on these dioramas to varying degrees of success, but
you plowing through them.
Yeah. Well, so the thing is
you need some work, man. I need a painter.
Yeah, I told you I'd be down to help.
Give my wife a break.
I told you I'd be down to help. But the thing that I have with these, they're the ones that are like underneath the DTOF.
Yeah,
the Star Wars ones, and like they're so deep, so to speak, that it does create a bit of a challenge to kind of come up with something that can take advantage of the depth, but with a low.
You better honk that horn, buddy.
But with a low height. And you know what I mean? Like it's challenging. So I did this one of like Beggar's Canyon is kind of supposed to be with like the Sand People native Tatooiners and Luke and Obi-Wan and the speeder. And that turned out I think fine. It works fine. I did this other one that's supposed to be like Anakin's quarters as a slave. I probably should have done more quarters and less background, like looking at it now, hindsight being 2020. But
I really thought you were going to say more quarters and less slave. Either way, we're here.
No, but that's another character we haven't got, like Kid Anakin, like Black Series.
Is that no rights to his face though?
No, there is because there's 3 3/4.
Yeah, but different lines. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine at that point they were signing off on everything.
Well, maybe nobody wants it.
See, but I don't.
Except for you.
See, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
You know, Star Wars people are weird.
Yeah,
they want
they're
everything.
weird that way.
They want everything.
Yeah, and this isn't Poosh Nichols. You know what I mean? This is
Fushnickens?
Fushnickens.
Can I rock?
But anyway, so did that, and I got one more to do. I'm going to do a Jakku, so it'll be like the 3 desert worlds, different places from the 3 trilogies across the bottom.
I got excited because I thought you were going to say jacuzzi.
But I might need some insider tip, but I want, so to speak. I want to do that kind of like entry awning thing to go into that Omni outpost, whatever it's fucking called. I don't know. I don't even know where to start to try to make.
Show me a picture. We'll figure it
out.
Nothing's impossible. Oh, I forgot to tell you the best part of my nerd week. Bobby came and picked up. He came and shopped at my house.
Yeah, some styrofoam scraps. So what's funny about that?
You didn't rope him into helping you paint at that point?
No.
So I didn't take it out of my car. It was in my trunk. I forgot about it. And then I had to put some mopping equipment in my trunk. And I opened up the trunk and I was like, fuck. And a buddy of mine walked past and was like, what are you, soundproofing the car? And ironically, the buddy of mine, his name is Buddy.
I thought about that when we were putting that in your trunk. I'm like, I hope you'd have to get these mopping gear out.
Yeah. So whatever. It all worked out. That's it, really. I didn't have much going on.
Wow.
I
Likely for all of us.
Yeah, I just been working in these fucking dioramas, and then dealing with this Starscream shit.
Hey man, it's gifting you with lots of content.
Yeah, that's true. And for the Nerd Rage listeners, I should say that we are recording this Monday, July 19th, and you won't hear it for the next week because I'm going away pretty much the following week. So we won't have time to do it. So it's a long story, but yeah, it's a workout. It'll all work out.
No one's gonna talk about fucking Star Wars and Marvel.
So it's in the notes.
Okay. Usually it's a Nerd Week thing. I haven't started Loki. I think we're gonna start tonight, maybe.
So I'm gonna yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. That's not what I thought you meant.
No, I'm talking about
the shows.
Bad Batch. You completely
I totally
You just fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Wait, was that this week?
It's every week.
Seems like
it's every fucking week, bro.
Yeah, I know, but Loki.
Yeah, so Loki ended last week. But
we haven't talked about that.
So,
yeah. I watched Loki.
Yeah, it was after the show.
Okay.
So that shit is butt. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's butt. It's it has such potential, but it is just
more butt.
It is a snooze fest.
I did not like the way they got where they were going in this episode. I thought it was slow. I didn't need all that dialogue. I'm not sure I like that guy who's playing whoever is into the bad guy there.
So it's the weakest of all the Marvel shows.
It is for me.
I don't even know if I've thought about what would be the weakest of the Marvel shows.
But now you can easily say.
But the way that it ends, to me, it's a perfect setup for everything we kind of know what's going to happen going forward.
I think that's its purpose, though, right? So it serves its purpose.
It's a tool, yeah.
I feel like they could just put it in a tweet.
Or they could have done hey, watch this,
Yeah.
or
I assume it makes sense for them. Like, the numbers probably make sense for them. Like, there's a lot of Loki fans in general, just like
yes, I mean, and
fanboys, fangirls.
Yes,
but enjoy it.
And there's just a lot of Marvel fans, and I think that people want to feel like they're getting their money's worth out of Disney Plus. So I think that having all the content is I'm sure it was successful.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The only thing I ever really watch on Disney Plus, unless I just am hankering to watch like a Star Wars movie or a Marvel movie, is these series. I don't even go to the app except for that.
Same here. Except in some of the behind the scenes stuff I'll watch.
Nothing else is
Star
really.
Wars shows. Well, when they do come out.
Yeah.
So I'll be watching all of it.
When he said these series, I in my mind I was saying these series, like all of these series to include the Star Wars stuff. So yeah, Razor, please. But yeah, it was fucking that movie's. I mean, that show is fucking awful, man. It's really fucking awful.
Hang on, be specific. What are you talking
Loki,
about now?
Loki.
Okay,
Loki.
make sure
it's
you
just
switch
but you know what? Just apply it how you want to.
Right. So, so I will say I'm not gonna say I don't think Loki was awful. I didn't like the last episode, just the way they presented the content. There's a lot of cool shit that I thought visually was there, like the way they had used the I can't ever think of the name of it. the Japanese art of repairing something that
Yes.
Kylo Ren did to his helmet.
Yes.
That the entire I don't know if you noticed that the entire castle was put back together like that with the gold.
No, I didn't.
I noticed that like as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's that Japanese thing I can never remember the name of.
So is it like a lot of good ingredients, but like they just fucking had a bad chef?
I'd say that, or they had too many cooks will spoil the broth.
Yeah, or they just never made anything with it.
Oh,
like I'm still waiting on it. Yeah. I like the first episode. I like the second to last episode, and they can pretty much keep the rest of that shit. Oh, God, dude,
Bad Batch is getting badder and batchier.
It's terrible, man. Like it's like
Bobby, who's the target audience for that show?
I don't know.
Do your kids enjoy it?
No.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, no, that's not true. Selena and Leia do enjoy it. So, but I don't think it's aimed at them. I don't think
Are you
so.
sure?
I don't
It
know.
seems
No,
like a
I
kid
don't
show.
know. I don't
Isn't
know.
there like a kid character?
There is, but there's a kid in Rebels too. There's a kid in episode 1
Who's the main character?
of Rebels. Ezra.
No, but Ezra grows up, and he's not like a kid. Isn't it like a child in this movie?
She's
the show?
10 years old, I'd say, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, like Ezra's
Because
probably
Ezra's like a
preteen
until
until
yeah. So I would say that Ezra's slightly older than her, but it's not like context wise. It's not like she like needs somebody to feed her or anything. You know what I mean? Like she can do. She's not as independent. So in terms of like street savvy and shit, like Ezra lived on his own.
Yeah.
So he was a different type of character.
So I wasn't sure if she's something the younger audience could connect to, maybe.
Maybe, but like it's also like it's got dark moments though. Like there's a couple executions in it, and
Yeah.
like
I remember the last
there's
episode
a,
of
there's
Westeros.
so like I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like the target audience is clone people, like
Yes.
Them cloners.
I'm a clone, people.
like people that
That doesn't sound like a show I would like.
people that love clones. Like I think that's the target audience.
Maybe I'll let you know once I get around to watching it.
Yeah,
when it's over.
I don't know. So I just read it's I think it's 15 or 16 episodes.
How many are we on now?
That we're
Are you
on.
serious? I thought it was 12. I thought this was.
No. So we're on, I think, the 11th or 12th.
I can't believe you're making yourself sit through all that.
Yeah, just I mean, and I wouldn't do it for any other franchise.
But you don't even like Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, but well, it's complicated. It's complicated. Our relationship is complicated. So like,
It's that ex-girlfriend you keep going back to bang?
yeah, but it's an
And you
ex-girlfriend.
don't enjoy it that much, but you do it anyway?
It's an ex-girlfriend I was with for 39 years. You know what I mean? Like it's complicated. So like I want to be in the know about the shit, and I kind of want her to do good. I just keep seeing her fucking up out in the streets, just letting anybody fuck her. I mean, like, so yeah, it's just I'll be honest with you, I am only putting myself through it because I love the franchise at heart, because it is fucking miserable. Yeah,
It's funny.
I guess when it's
every
over,
week I
I'll-
ask you about it, and you're just like, bro, it's bad.
except for last week.
Yeah.
Last week was great for like out of the blue because it didn't deal with them at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a Rebels episode.
Yeah. It's so bizarre. So what I did think you were talking about, we'll just jump to that right now since we're on the Star Wars Marvel talk. Was the 2 Haslab projects announced?
Oh yeah. Oh,
You mean the 3 Haslab projects?
this
I don't know about
Japanese Transformers.
Huh?
Oh,
They put some sort of like
yes.
Victory Master Force something kind
We
of
already have a
teaser up.
masterpiece.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's
but it's
not
gonna
that
be-
character.
Nobody knows what it is. It was a very vague teaser.
Oh, really? I thought it was.
But like for Haslab, it's gonna be something big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is big, so to speak.
Is
But
it a combiner?
But let's just focus on the one that we know for sure and the one that is all but confirmed.
yeah, so the one that we know for sure is Galactus.
Yes.
Galactus is 32 inches tall. Do you know what my problem is? The space that I've allotted for him is 28.
Oh, you take a knee.
Well,
You get him a chair.
shout out
Oh,
to
the
Shoki.
chair. Get
Throne.
print you a chair.
So
Just be throned.
shout out to Shoki, who I spoke to yesterday on the Zoom meeting. He was like, just put him in a throne.
Yeah.
And I was like, smart.
Fine.
He usually sits
I'll
on the
make
fucking chair
thrones.
Yeah, you
Get,
should get ahead of it.
Actually, I should probably just find some children's chairs and glue a bunch of shit to them.
That's true.
but I have no idea. You basically have to have it in hand to figure
I'm
out.
pretty sure 3D Print Forge will probably have something.
But my issue
That
is
costs a fortune to 3D print.
My issue is I don't know if he'll be able to get his legs straight out because of the kind of skirt that he wears.
You don't think that's gonna be rubber?
I don't know.
I would assume so, just because it's.
Did you know Hasbro does not own Haslab.com? It goes to something
Hilarious.
else. I keep doing
Love
that
it.
on
I
accident.
fucking love it. I love when that happens. Like, stick it to the man. You fucking stick it to him.
So it's over halfway funded after, what, 72 hours?
Yeah, so I'm probably going to have to get that one and just try my luck, and if it doesn't fit, I'll quit.
I mean, listen, it's a long-term investment, and it ties up your money, but you're not going to lose if you want to sell any of this.
Right.
Make him do a little bunny hop action like Starscream. Understand?
So if I can make a throne work, that'd be perfect. But if I can't make a throne work, he doesn't fit, and I could probably have him like squatting in some sort of action pose. But then I feel like, am I doing the excuse me, pardon me?
You are.
You know what I mean?
You can sit him off the ledge with his little feet dangling.
No, I can't.
You know, somebody, who was it? Maybe in Brink? I don't know. We were talking about this weekend, and you know, when we saw the Razor Crest, we saw pictures of the Razor Crest. Mm-hmm. This shit's already. I mean, this is a fully working prototype.
Yeah.
But so, what's expensive about making toys? The molds.
Yeah. So I'll say this: I just talked to a toy designer, and flex, and
I'll just keep my shit tucked in, but you go ahead and flex.
So I'm just gonna say what he said.
Yeah.
He said that the first fully functioning prototype that you see is usually a 3D printed thing, a very fine 3D printed thing.
And
That's fair.
The fit and finish probably sucks. Like it'll probably fall apart if you play with
Probably.
it. Right? Yeah.
So I'm just throwing that out there just because it happens to be
Nowadays,
topical for what it's worth.
Yeah. Everything's 3D printed first.
So the other one that's all but confirmed is
All butts confirmed.
yeah, that's like Loki, but confirmed. But is this Rancor for Black Series?
But don't you have a Rancor?
They don't make one for Black Series yet.
I'm not interested.
Isn't it the same scale as that one out there?
No.
That's 3 3/4.
That's 3 3/4. Is it right over there?
It would be
Oh, it's much bigger than that.
not quite not quite twice that size
Yeah.
in scale.
Yeah. So here's my thing. I don't give a shit about having a 6-inch scaled Rancor. Me personally,
You can put a pit under your diorama. For enough diorama pit with you.
I cannot.
Bro.
There's no room.
Come on.
There's no room. There's no room.
And drill out a fucking, or you have him cut out a billy shelf with a trapdoor, and then it'll recreate the whole scene.
But there's no room. Like I don't. It's occupied.
Are you more mad that you don't have the space for it and it's going to exist and you didn't know that? Or?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sounds like a great idea.
I'll tell you what I'm mad at. No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea to make one. I don't really give a shit about creatures and vehicles when it comes to Star Wars. Personally, and if I'm gonna get them, I'll get them in 3 3/4, and it's sort of more manageable for me. Like I had that fucking.
It's manageable for everybody.
I had that fucking snow speeder. I don't give 2 fucks about it.
Yeah.
But I got it for the figure, and I'm happy to have the figure. So here's my issue. Not issue. Here's what's going to be troublesome for me with this fucking Rancor. The rumor is that this one's going to have stretch goals.
Well, as they all do, yeah.
So I wasn't even aware of that necessarily. Because what was the stretch goal for the barge? Chico the barge. I don't think it had any.
It didn't come with anything?
No.
I don't know. Let me see if I can look it up.
And then was there a stretch goal for Unicron?
The little figures?
Were they stretch? Yeah, they were stretch goals.
Well, the stretch goal from Unicron is getting the motherfucker funded. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
they didn't get no stretch
bullshit,
goal.
no
Remember
bullshit.
that one day? It's like, so we sold 7,000 units.
Yeah,
that was a
that's right.
stretch. That's what the fucking stretch was.
So the stretch goals for the Rancor are you get a bone so that you can put it in his mouth, so to speak, like Luke did when he was picked up. Yeah, stupid. Who gives a fuck? You get a Gamorrean guard arm,
Oh, arm.
so it can like hang out of his mouth.
Oh, dumb.
Dumb, stupid. Who cares?
Just rip one off.
You get a rock. These are all rumors, by the way, because none of this is confirmed.
You can get one outside.
Correct. Agreed. You get
like realistic one outside.
you won't be able to tell what's fake and what's real. You'll get a little button that you can throw the rock at, like a little panel with a button.
For your dioramas.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly, one of them is a door that you can like put on his head.
Oh, I mean that for your diorama.
Yeah.
That would go underneath your Boba Fett.
Which I don't give a fuck about any of this shit so far.
Jabba diorama.
Now, the last stretch goal is supposedly in Ula in Malachi.
Who?
So Ula is the green-skinned Twi'lek that danced for Jabba that was fed to the Rancor. And Malachi was the bald Rancor keeper, the fat guy that I always say I'm going to take my shirt off and go as for Halloween.
Isn't there a whole backstory about him?
Yeah.
There's in
Nowadays.
Tales from Jabba's Palace.
If they
Not canon,
fund
whatever.
those two, I'm in. And I'll do whatever I got to do. If I find a spot for the Rancor, cool. If not, I'll
You
sell.
got some time, Bobby.
I'll sell the Rancor because I just want the figures. That's all I want.
It looks like the barge, and I don't know how they did this, but because it says now including that yak face figure. So I don't know if that was added on at some point.
Maybe.
It just says now including.
Oh, maybe. Yep,
Yeah.
maybe.
But the Sentinels had like 7 stretch goals.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it was extra faces and different figures.
Okay.
Yeah, they kept on adding because
That shit should be soon.
that blew out. It's supposed to be. Let's see. It's supposed to be fall 21. Same with the Razor Crest.
Same
It's supposed
size
to
as
be.
Galactus?
No, it's
Shorter.
like 24.
Because I was hoping they were going to be the same size, and they were going to.
It makes sense that it's bigger, though.
It does, but they were.
I would
Yeah,
thought
20,
they would
27 inches for the Sentinel.
I would have thought they would do the same size to recycle parts.
Yeah, and engineering.
I don't even think there's much reuse here.
Well, engineer like even joints and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, but like. I want that Galactus bad. It looks fucking amazing.
It looks great.
It looks like it's supposed to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say amazing, but yes, it looks like what's supposed to. It's fucking dumb.
Well,
Fucking buckethead.
yes.
Like
It looks like a perfect Marvel Legends Galactus.
It's what you say about Beast War figures.
Right.
To me.
Right. Which I'm on board with that. So it's just like I just don't. I just the space that in my heart I thought like, oh, you've double checked, you've checked out, you dotted all your I's and crossed all your T's here, sir. There's no way that they'll fuck you out of this one. And then it's like as soon as I saw that number, I was like, I don't know what's going on.
What do you think about them? I mean, we don't know what's going to happen, but doing back to back. You know, because they were doing them year over year.
No, now it's gonna be a regular thing. No, that's successful.
But like 2 back to back to back. I mean, that's a lot of.
I don't think they're gonna.
That's a lot of money to ask people to spend. I don't know how much the Rancor would be.
$1,500.
But if people keep spending it, why would you stop?
Oh,
It
you're
doesn't-
right.
It
You're
doesn't
right.
cost them anything to just put the idea out there.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
when you put the idea out there, people are going to scramble for the money.
It'll have to be shit like and I'll tell you once again, I hate to say it. I know you hate to hear it, but the one that's going to have a hard time getting funded once again is the Transformers one.
I think so.
What is going to be? Oh yeah. I don't even know what it is. Who cares about
Let me
a
see if I
Japanese?
can- let me see if
I
I
like
can
the
find
Japanese
an
designs, but who the fuck cares here?
Right.
Some diehard Transformer friends, but like, how many of them are there?
Yeah, and like maybe they're a big deal, maybe they're huge in Japan, like that one band, but like I don't even know if they open the market to Japan. Like
Oh yeah.
you know, because like they fuck other countries out of this shit all the time.
Yeah, that's mostly the comments on everything. Is I wish you guys shipped internationally.
Yeah.
Here it is. Haslab offering something coming soon. This time it's based on something from Transformers Victory, and that's all that we've seen.
It's got to be a combiner if it's big.
Yeah. I would think maybe
What wasn't Victory? Overlord?
Victory. Yeah, because the second, but Victory
Leo
had
Kaiser?
Victory
So
was
that's what I'm thinking. Like,
in Dino King, right?
yeah, but I can't imagine doing a fucking combiner for that shit.
Because Dino King, you could do the shells, you know what I mean. And combiners always.
Oh, it'd be a kick in the dick if it's fucking whatchamacallit.
What if it's
that
whatever-
lion guy that fits?
I was gonna
in-
say, what if
fits
it's the
in
one
those
that KFC
masterpiece? Yeah, like it would be a kick in the dick though. They could do that.
Yeah, I just don't know how many. Bobby, I'm right there with you. You know, I don't know how they're going to get that funded unless it's something that's like $200 or something. I don't know. I don't know my way around Victory enough to
exactly.
I mean, I know
watched it as a
Star
kid.
Saber and
I enjoyed it as a kid, but like
I probably tried to watch it when I was super into Transformers.
I've never
and didn't
watched
even
it. I
understand what's
tried.
happening.
I couldn't.
it's not great. I mean, if you like cool robots, like it's cool to look at, but it's not great.
Yeah, and it's the same with Victory God, Master Force God, or whatever
Same.
that shit like that.
Same
It's-
shit.
It fucking looked beautiful, but it's fucking dumb. Actually, to be
I
fair,
mean, they're really kid show. Like they're
I even think that the
young
Headmasters, while I think it's the better of the three, I even think that's dumb.
Head on.
Deathsaurus.
Yeah, Deathsaurus was one I was thinking of too, but like it's got to be huge though, right?
Isn't Deathsaurus big?
He is, but he's big like Starsaber. So I really think that
was pretty big.
yes,
But
not like
I just-
Haslab big.
The troll
Right.
in me wants them to make a fucking Victory Leo, bro.
So like well, wait.
That fits in with Masterpiece.
I don't
Star
think-
Saber.
Yeah, I think that's possible. Actually, I think that's possible.
Because no one says it can't be a Masterpiece figure,
well, didn't
right?
No, I don't think it's going to be a masterpiece. I think it'll fit in with their line, but I bet you it is a Victory Leo.
Like that's the most. That and Star Saber is the two most iconic piece out of that line, right?
Yeah, well, I'm guessing that they're going to do both, Starsaber and the Lion, so that you can do the whole shebang.
Oh,
Do you know what I'm
like,
saying?
Like fuck the Masterpiece, but like a whole other thing.
Correct. But yeah, I think that Starsaber and it's either that
whole thing,
or
the whole
Dino
shebang.
King. Yeah, it's either those two bots to form Ultra Victory Saber, whatever. I can't keep track of all that shit.
Well, hang on. Where did
Victory Leo.
the Raiden
Victory Saber, right?
did
Is
the-
the name of
yeah,
both
yeah.
of them.
Where did the Raiden trains fall? Or is that Victory? Because that was
Yeah,
rumored a while
That's
back.
a possibility.
Yeah,
I see.
that'd
I
be easy to do.
always love those
Why do they
dudes.
need to-
I just thought it was neat.
I like them
Yeah.
too.
And I like trains.
It's the 3 trains and the 3 cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Road Caesar was the 3 cars.
stuff.
I just got an education on
Road.
that.
Oh, that could.
You
who
have,
knows?
don't you have that? You got him.
I got the first one from TFC, and then
you're
I
fucking done with
and
it.
then I was like, not today, Satan.
But you did get TFC Satan.
Well, I had the opportunity to take a look. But yeah, I think that Dino King is another really probable. Just because people love combiners. People
Yeah, but, like,
love
Is
combiners.
Dino King
But
like
to do
a
it as a
Power
I don't
Ranger?
know.
Is it like,
yeah.
is it like Power Rangers?
Yeah.
It has to be of a certain quality, right? To be hashed out, to be expensive, to be big and expensive and well built. Like
Like Cookie Monster
can,
was.
yes.
I
Can
think
they
that
build,
Cookie Monster was going to be great.
There's a prototype somewhere
Can they
with that mouth.
do
there.
good combiners? I don't know if they can do. Have you seen a good combiner?
You should paint chocolate chips on your dick. Okay, all right, I'm sorry. What was the question?
I mean, like I just can't imagine a quality combiner.
From
And if they do, then it's like, why the fuck have you not put one out?
yeah, that's fair.
I mean, they did give us Combiner Wars.
If third
guys.
party,
Don't forget
how
that.
easily we forget.
if third party has problems with doing combiners, how's it gonna?
Who was it? Shout out to Studio Dre. He was I guess he was trying to take apart his constructor. And I said, "Oh, you thought it came back apart? Because those tolerances are so tight
at the
anyways."
knees, where the thighs connect to the knee. Yeah, that's the bitch of the bunch right there.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. I was like, yeah, those don't come back apart.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe do a human figure from Victor from Transformers.
Hot Toy
That'd
style.
Be hilarious.
Oh, my
A
goodness.
1/6 human figure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch it all. And like I said, this Rancor, I don't want the Rancor, but I will do what I got to do to get those figures, and then flip the Rancor if I have to. And the Galactus,
Talking about weird Star Wars, we have to have all the things.
you know,
do.
He's one of
All
those
of them.
people.
and Galactus, I will get him, but once again, if I can't get him to sit,
You just gotta take one chef out of the DTOF, right? And then nobody's.
I mean, he's not going to be annoyingly wide. At least you could get. I mean, I'm telling you.
yeah, you could get him in a detail. But I'm not taking
It's
a shelf.
beneath him, bro.
I'm not taking a shelf out of my detail.
After all the shit he's talked about,
Yeah, I
he
couldn't.
can't.
Not me.
He can't.
Not this guy. Let's see what else. All right, so then we can just kind of continue with the.
Oh, a Billy, a small Billy though,
yeah,
next to the X-Men shit.
yeah. I don't know. It's fucking with me. R.I.P. Bismarcky.
Oh, he died?
Yeah. So he's been sick for a while. Part of the Juice Crew, Make the Music with Your Mouth, Biz. You have a favorite song by
Oh, come on, just like
Just a Friend?
Yes.
I really
Yeah,
liked
yeah.
his work on Yo Gabba Gabba years ago. I'm serious. Like that's like he had a
His
like, kind
work.
of a re.
You
What do
got
you
paid
call
for
it?
it? You got paid for his work?
Reemergence. You know, he did the beatbox and stuff, and my kids loved that when they were kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Um,
And honestly, it's got to be Just a Friend because
Right.
It's
That's his
so
biggest song for
good.
sure.
And it's a good story too, man. It's just I don't know. I like that song a lot.
but Make the Music with Your Mouth, Biz is like, it is a classic too in its
Yes.
own right. But I'll tell you this: he lived in Laurel, I think, for most of his life.
really,
Yeah. So like once he became a rapper and and then kind of got successful. He lived in Laurel. I used to run into him. I've said this 1,000 times, but I used to run into him at Foot Locker all the time at Laurel Mall.
I just figured he was a New York guy.
No, so he was, but then he came down here.
Oh, okay.
And I can tell you other things about him in Maryland that are unbecoming of the dead. So I will tell you about them in person if you ask me. But he played a role in things that went on in Maryland for quite a long time, especially in the PG County area.
Oh, PG.
Yep. So yeah, but R.I.P. to Biz Markie, member of the Juice Crew, a legend in his own right. And then WalmartCon.
Mm-hmm. They did it last year too.
Okay, so how was it last year? How did it go over? Because they made it. They've said they're really trying to cater to the collector community.
Collector of what?
So I'll tell you what's
Walmart?
going to happen. They're going to put a bunch of shit.
Walmart items.
They're going to put a bunch of shit up
Billionaires.
for pre-order, and you're going to pre-order it, and then it'll either get canceled or it'll come 6 months after they've fulfilled everything else in the world. I believe.
Was this the Clone Wars Ahsoka from last year? Was that the one that they put up, like when they put up a whole bunch of Star Wars shit?
I thought, was it the 3 and no, the G? Was it the red? Those Transformers red figures that took forever to come in, and
maybe I'm not sure.
I don't remember. I mean,
You're in Walmart.
Walmart is not set up to be collector friendly. It's just not.
No,
it's not a priority for them.
It's not the purpose of the store.
Unless they have,
don't have like logistics for that.
Unless they have someone in corporate that is like of that mindset and understands the path to market, they're still just going to be throwing shit on shelves and nobody cares.
Yeah. Agreed.
Because the individual store managers and shit probably don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Also agreed. All right. So last week we talked about a comic book that was coming out regarding like the writer who has an autistic daughter.
Yes.
So I wanted to this one is not quite as creative because this one's kind of, in many ways, it's been done a million times, Joe.
Okay.
But it is interesting. As a kid in London, Amelia Clark got a distinct vibe from her local comic book shop that there were no girls allowed. The Emmy nominee and lead of HBO pop culture juggernaut Game of Thrones was therefore doomed to spend her adolescence reading hand-me-down comics from her older brother and meeting Caped Crusaders on the big screen. I read a lot of fantasy novels, blah, blah, blah. So she started a comic of her own called Mom, Mother of Madness, which will publish in July from Image Comics, co-written by Clark and somebody else who I can't pronounce, Bennett, with art from Layla Lees of Horde fame. Mom is centered on Maya, a busy single parent whose life is upended by the discovery of her superpower. She's a single mom that's got to get her shit done. This was born from the idea that single mothers are superheroes, blah, 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 blah. Another key identifier for the character is that all of her powers manifest from her menstrual cycle.
Oh.
The bloating, hair growth, mood swings, the acne, all of it. We hate when it happens, speaking for myself and everyone I've ever met who has had a period. What if we turned that around and made a period something that we can feel as a unique, crazy, superhuman thing that happens in our body? When Maya's scared, she gets invisible. When she's angry, she has superhuman strength. She can swing like Spider-Man from her armpit hair.
From armpit hair? Amazing. This is like that one cartoon from like Iceland or some shit we talked about a while ago with a 6-foot dick.
Yeah. So I'm not as interested in reading this one necessarily based off of just this.
Yeah.
But a woman going through a period and getting destructive.
You can't understand.
I feel like she didn't have to reach too far.
Yeah, this is probably just a fever dream coming to life.
Dude, I can tell sometimes, like a week before, like I guess PMS, right? Like just normal shit that I'll be doing, like because during the day usually like I'm doing like reviews and everything else, and I'll play podcasts on my phone in the background, or sometimes like a video or something specific on HBO or Showtime because it's easier to use the other apps while it's playing for me. So like when Laura gets home, it's like when I get the chance to catch up on everything, so I'll like check like my DMs and emails and all that kind of stuff, and I can feel like the rage radiating off of her. You know what I mean? But she doesn't say anything, right? She's just sitting there angry.
But you know the vibes.
Yeah. So like, and I'm of the mindset like if you don't scream, I won't holler. So I just you know what I mean? So like, I just keep it going. But like, it's only like in that little bit of time, like in that, you know what I mean? So like, I could tell. So maybe I'll say I feel like I could have wrote this book. It was just dying to have him. Any guys gonna pick this one up?
I don't pick any books up.
I don't
but
either,
I'm
probably
interested
not.
in the reviews when it comes out. It could be great.
It could be.
I'm waiting on the reviews. I'll say.
I mean, we have fucking Plastic Man, so.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it's going to take about 30 days for the each issue to come out.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. The ideas just flowed from. Look, all right, stop.
I mean, it's odd they didn't release on Shark Week, but
oh man,
try the fish.
Oh, okay. So, The Precious, the video game based on the life of Gollum.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the video game based on the movie Precious.
would be better, perhaps.
Dude, look, I gotta. There's a bar. I'm not even comfortable saying the bar on air, so I'm gonna say the bar off air, and then we'll come back. It's from Royce the 5'9".
I mean,
yeah.
Where's the lie?
yeah. Royce he's a talented guy and a funny guy. Anyway, this game looks interesting concept wise because it's like it's based on the movies,
except it's murder and thieving.
Yes,
okay.
Except it deals a lot with like there's some things that are in the books with Gollum that they don't cover that it covers. There's also like parts in the book that like they don't cover what's going on with Gollum that they've kind of imagined what he might have been doing during this period.
Because I mean, he existed the entire time.
Yes,
so there'll be a lot of like fishing in the cave.
Yes. There's one whole level of just eating fish and singing that song.
And you have to move, and you have to move your thumb pad in rhythm. That's the whole game. It's like one of those cooking games. You have to keep time and everything.
You know what's really funny to me is that Cody, who like I don't think of as like a super extroverted person, like he's usually kind of like generally chill and quiet, and you know, but he does this like spot on Gollum impersonation that's like you would think he was fucking sitting right next to you.
Wow.
And it's just weird that he can do that to me for some reason. It's like it doesn't that skill doesn't belong on that body. But anyway, I'm interested in that, and then there's also like they're showing you some characters that like they didn't do anything with in the film, so like he'll bump into some of those characters as well, and then some of them like they're reimagined. So like it looks like as a Lord of the Rings fan, it has piqued my interest. Whether or not I'll ever play it, I'll probably play it when it's like in a $20 bargain bin.
And you buy it with stay in a shrink wrap for about 20 more years.
Yeah, there's that too. That part, that's a big part of it. But it does look interesting. So
I mean, just lore wise, yeah.
Yeah, and they
want more of that world and more background.
They reimagined the Mouth of Sauron, like that character, who I like in the movie. I think he looks pretty cool. I actually think he's one of the more iconic villains in that. I mean,
him as an individual is a very unique looking person.
So they have some. I guess they reimagined him for the game, and that look is fucking fascinating. Also, it's like this like collar is like a mouth, almost like his head is like coming out of a shark's jaws. Like,
oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The last one, Deadpool in the MCU. So Ryan Reynolds did a promo for this movie he has coming out.
The Thor guy.
Called The Guy or whatever. Is that whatever this movie is coming out that's kind of about the guy who's in the movie.
Basically, he's an NPC
in a game.
And
yeah,
doesn't realize
have a word. Yeah.
It's called Free
Guy.
I don't remember.
And Deadpool and Korg are sitting on a couch having a reaction to the trailer, which I thought was a kind of clever, fun, good spirited.
But is it canon?
Right. Is the
It'd be great if Kevin Feige pops out at the end and says, "This is canon."
Frogman.
And that's it.
I mean, like Korg is on Earth right now, right?
Yeah, he's in wherever the
new fucking England, not New England.
He's in the greater northeast. No, he's in New Asgard, which is
in New England. Maybe
is it? Maybe. All I know
look at it.
is Hulk's riding around in pickup trucks is not that odd there.
Yeah. So that's that. I thought it was good fun.
But what does that do?
Right,
is that our first time?
It's promising.
So he's in the universe now,
and it's promising that they'll continue because he's like kind of cursing in it and everything else. Like it's not soft.
I mean, this isn't our mom and dad's Disney.
This ain't your pappy's Disney.
Yeah, let's take all the racism out of it to start with.
Look, Song of the South is not what they say it is. I'm going to platform on
It's
that.
about states. It was all about states' rights, right?
But no one will ever know because now they've banned it and taken it off. Like they can say what it is, whatever.
It's
no one will ever know.
It's the first piece of pro-black literature in this country, and I'll fucking die on that hill.
I'm just busting your balls.
I know. I'm speaking more so to the audience because I do hear it like people that don't know it.
You hear the Song of the South in your head? How's it go?
Zippity doo.
Okay. Good answer. Good answer.
But I do hear I do hear its name get dragged through the mud sometimes, and I'm like, you guys don't understand this
because people can't now because it's like they can't know. They just know what they're told, and it becomes this thing.
Yeah,
that's how history is written, right?
Painting the narrative. You know what I mean, Joe?
Yep.
So this next one is called The Trace of Tracing.
Dick Tracy?
Yeah. Dude, you know what I was thinking about? I was just thinking about it this week. It's the craziest thing. You remember the Living Color, the bit with Damon Wayans and the guy who I always forget his name, and they were like two gay guys that
hated it.
Yeah, that reviewed films.
David Allen Greer.
Allen Greer. Yes. They did this one on Dick Tracy, and I'm not going to do the impersonation because I feel like I can get canceled for it. But it was funny as shit, and they were like, the Damon Wayans, he's like, you know what I didn't like about it? I think it was Damon Wayans in my head anyway. He's like, you know what I didn't like about it? They were like, all the characters look like their names. You had Prune Face, and he's shriveled up like a little old prune, and you had Flat Top, he's got a big old flat top, you got this and that, and then you're like, but then you get to the main character, and... He just looked at the camera with a blank stare.
I remember that show. I think that show came on Sunday nights.
Sunday
or Saturday night?
It was Sunday at 9.
And that,
or at 8:30.
It would have been
9.
Sunday. Yeah, they don't put decent TV on Saturday.
Yeah.
And so I remember going to school that Monday, and I didn't know what it was, and everybody was just like, doing the bits. Mm-hmm. Like, what is this? I was so lost for that week, and I saw it the next week. I'm like,
I was quick on it because my dad. I guess they watched it at work.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, that might have been part of it. But so my dad's like, you gotta watch this. It's funny as shit.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the most bizarre thing you've probably ever told me.
Yeah.
That your dad, who I've met, turned you on to In Living Color.
Yeah. Because I mean, also like I'm like in third grade, fourth grade at the time.
I remember I was in either 7th or 8th.
My dad loved Homie Don't
Homie
Play
the Clown
That.
is fucking great.
Loved Homie Don't Play That, and loved Fire Marshal Bill. But that In Living Color is another one of those shows, man, like the Chappelle Show, that poked fun at everybody so equally and evenly that it brought people together instead of the opposite, which is not being able to say anything about anyone in any sort of context, divides people apart.
Right.
You know what I mean? Dude, I say this all the time, but like the Chappelle Show did more for race relations than any hashtag has ever done.
Probably.
I can agree with that.
Like, it didn't matter what walk of life you were from. You watched that shit and you laughed about it, and you laughed about it. I've heard conversations between different races talking to each other about the skits in the Chappelle Show, like in a loving and laughing way, to try to see if it's accurate, to try to understand people better.
Yeah.
Like it's I could go on and on.
Just real fast on the Chappelle Show, the thing that to me was just so great is they came out swinging Thor's fucking hammer. Get Clayton Bigsby in the first episode.
Yes. Jesus Christ.
He divorced his wife.
Yeah.
I'm just like giggling about it.
Dude,
It's so genius.
Dude,
that might be one of the best comedy skits ever written.
So many of those,
That
I think,
particular one.
so many of his skits, though, I feel like are in that conversation of best comedy skit. Like, I mean, obviously the Rick James one has like become like an icon. Yeah. I personally, I love the fucking
the Prince one.
Yeah, the Prince one too. But I personally, I love the race draft one.
Yes,
it's like
dude, race
like,
draft is amazing.
I love when the coalition of black people take OJ and the two white guys like give each other the little like finger five. Like, dude, like that shit was so fucking funny, and like the white people wouldn't give up Eminem, and the Asians got Wu-Tang Clan. Yep. Tiger Woods ended up going to the Asians, and he was like, no, Tiger Woods
trades at one point.
Tiger Woods Tiger Woods went to the black community. And then he came up there and he was like, "Oh God, I've never had a place to call my own. It's so long, fried rice, hello, fried chicken."
Oh my god!
And then he was like, I always wanted to say this for shizzles. That show, man, was fucking great.
It was great.
That dude, I remember having that conversation here. Like, you know, is it time to start having the conversation of whether or not he is the greatest comedian of all time? I think I'm ready to say it.
Yeah, he is.
I think I'm ready to say that he is the greatest comedian of all time. He is the GOAT. He is like the Michael Jordan, the fucking, like, he's the best ever.
Yeah,
I mean, he wasn't the sole creator of that show.
No, but it's not just that show. It's, you know, his stand-up, everything that he does.
The 2 back-to-back Netflix special, then we're just sitting there talking shit, smoking a cig.
Yes.
That show was great.
He works in that shit like oils. You know what I mean? Like, even like like a lot of the race draft and stuff, like where it starts and where it ends is like there's actually pretty complicated shit going on in that, you know, like, but on the surface it's just good fun. But like that is like the kind of brilliance of what he did was he made you laugh and learn at the same time by accident. Mm-hmm. You know, like
he's like an old preacher.
I mean, that dude, man. I'm ready to say it. All right. So this thing came out. So Justice League 2 motion comic. We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
It's a fan project that caught traction, art from other artists. But now it's being
who didn't caught traction.
Yeah, or did for a bit. But now it's being accused of tracing art from DC Comics artists. So there's like been pictures to come up, and the major one that they use here is of this Wonder Woman. Like, that's obviously a Jim Lee Wonder Woman, mm-hmm. and that's obviously something that they're doing for this fan art thing. But, like, my thing is like, I don't know. I guess, are they trying to say, look, this is our art? Or are they, like, just kids that are like,
they're doing a project.
Fuck, we need to get this done now because now we have major attention on us from, like, all fucking the internet. Let's just, like, do what we got to do to get it done.
Is it for profit or are they just doing it to do it?
I don't think they can do it for
exactly.
profit.
If they do it for profit, that's a different story.
Correct.
If they're doing it as
an homage
to
Jim Lee's art.
It's just a passion project. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They're making something. They're not saying they're making artists.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a difference between, I think, a tribute,
yes,
and then just doing something for profit. That's ripping somebody off.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, I don't know. I just, like, you know, people are saying we've seen a few concerns. JL motion comic art. Some of your art is inspired by the drawings of Jim Lee, Jason Fabak, Ivan Reis, who did a Green Lantern statue. Looks amazing, by the way. Most of the drawings you'll see on the project will 100% be newly created original art, and we're very excited for y'all to see it. You've only seen 1%. You know, and it's just like, I don't know. Like,
I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, like, it's a fan-made thing. Like, just get, you know, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, give this shit a break. You know,
yeah.
If it's a professional thing,
that's a different story.
Totally different story. But, like, I don't know. I don't see any reason to be upset or even worse, outraged at the moment. And then lastly was the Titans 3 trailer. It just looks like It looks like the story of it is going to be the death of Jason Todd and the rise of the Red Hood, and dealing with the Red Hood. That looks like the main villain is going to be the Joker and the Red Hood.
So is that show moving? Because to another, the reason I say that is as AEW's on TNT, and they've been showing that show's coming to TNT.
Oh, is it?
But it's confusing. I don't know if it's
going to be on HBO
show.
Max.
Maybe they're just running the whole thing on TNT because it's all Warner Brothers.
Because the trailer is actually, I think, on HBO Max
okay.
YouTube channel.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, I still have to watch season 2, but I do plan on it.
From fucking a year ago.
Yeah. And then that's it. So we can get into some notes.
Questions, rather.
That's what I meant. God bless it. All right, so this is from Rudy A.
And if you want to send a question in, you can send it to
nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com. All
correct.
one word.
nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com. Sup, nerds? I saw a clip regarding this I Got a Monster story about crooked Baltimore cops. What do you guys know about them, and how has it affected your city? So I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that you guys aren't super familiar with this story.
I watch the local news, so I see some dirty shit, but I don't know what this is in particular.
So the story, and correct me if I'm wrong, Rudy, but I believe it's about there was like a gun task force team, I believe, that was in
Oh,
Baltimore
is that
City.
what this is about? Then I know a little bit
Okay,
about it.
okay.
Yeah.
So like it made like federal, like it was like a national story.
It's a big deal.
So they were going around basically extorting drug dealers, robbing drug dealers, reselling the drugs, selling the arms, and just taking the money on like a huge scope. Like I think there's
When's this movie coming out?
so
When's
there's
the
a
show coming out?
So I think that what he called it, the I Am Monster, or what did he say? I
The Wire.
got a monster.
The Wire. Yes, The Wire.
So I Got a Monster is a book written about it. So I can imagine that it could very well be turned into a movie.
Now a major motion picture.
There's a couple scary things about it, but for one, it's giving me the chills fucking thinking about it. But for one, the fucking feds caught him. So like we didn't even catch him. Like the Baltimore City, like or state, nobody caught him. The feds fucking caught him.
I mean, were they trying to catch him?
Well, so that's part of it,
exactly.
right? So like the question is like if they hadn't like, and I'm kind of like let states run states, but like at the same time, like had they not come in,
States' rights, right, Bobby?
no, don't say it.
But that's what you said.
Don't say it that way though. But like timestamp. But like I think that what's scary is if the feds didn't come in, is theoretically it would still be going on. Mm-hmm. There's so many people that went to prison that like the person that they've been letting them out. Like people are still getting out. Like this story happened like a long time ago because there were so many. They're like still sorting through all the cases. Wow. That they're like still letting people out like years later. Like, look, he's another one. We can't, he's tied up in this whole shit. But they were basically a gang, and I will tell you this. I have been on the business end of the Baltimore City Police Department to a very small degree, but a very scary degree. And I'll tell that story. I'll try to tell that story on Wine and Cheese next month because it is a good one, and it was life-changing for me.
I want to read this book now. I mean, I just found it. I didn't know this existed.
Yeah.
It's
fucked.
A reconstruction of all these fucking events.
It's fucked. So I will say this: just in my little interaction, I witnessed lying and corruption on behalf of the police department, just from 20 feet away. So like the Baltimore City Police, they like, once again, same old thing, right? Like, not all cops are bad. Not like that whole bit. Of course,
that's obvious,
of course,
right?
But there is
a systemic problem.
There is a historic issue with the Baltimore City Police Department. And I'm sure that there are great cops that work for Baltimore City, but like this shit happened, and it's a big deal. But I only say all that shit about people know that it's corrupt to say this. Like the question of had the impacts been felt of that, like. You can't put a wedge any further between, I think, the average Baltimore citizen and their trust of the police department. Yeah. So, like, it didn't really have that huge of an impact on the people. It was more so about the impact it had, politically in that space. Yeah.
Because like people aren't surprised anyway.
Yeah. Exactly.
They live that shit every day. Like,
exactly. So, but
let me check that book out. Actually,
that
sounds very interesting.
I might see there's a
little slice of life.
Little slice of life.
Little slice of life, Baltimore.
We had a conversation yesterday about.
I like the way you said Baltimore. Bro.
Yeah. On Zoom, and I was like, Stringer Bell is the Baltimore Soundwave.
What?
Like he was the second in command that was loyal until it started going left, but was loyal to the end. In terms of what he was loyal to.
And he had Ravage Ratbat Rumble Frenzy on the corner, didn't he? Dude. Hey, Soundwave, where's Rumble?
So
that's Frenzy.
So Kevin R. He says, "Take two, fellas. Do you Uber? I travel a lot and find it easier to Uber. Do you guys do this? What is your etiquette on music? How about 12 Ubers over my 3-day trip?
Wow,
most were fine, but he had 2 that were obnoxious.
I've got some good Uber stories.
I've used the Uber a lot.
he said, "I'd love to hear." I'm going to say these stories because they are lengthy, but love to hear everyone's reaction on this. These people are driving me to my next destination. I'm paying for their service. So real quick on that, I will say I've only taken an Uber once in my life.
Really? Wow.
And I've recorded the conversation, and it was with Adam and I in the car. It was like right as soon as we started Patreon, and I recorded it and posted it to Patreon like back then. But we ended up fucking with this lady, like, and it's years now, right? But like in my mind, there was like a squirrel that was dead in the street. And and I'm gonna fuck this up. I know I'm gonna fuck this up, but I started having this conversation with her about all these dead squirrels in the street, and I was like, "Oh, fucking, they're all over the streets out here. Dead squirrels everywhere. A whole family, there's baby squirrels dead. There's dead in the streets." She's like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Oh, it's an epidemic. Squirrels dead all over the fucking place." Like, you know, and like, so that's available on there somewhere. If you search Uber on there, I'm guessing it will come up. I'll look while you guys are telling yours.
Well,
You got any interesting stories?
I take a lot of Ubers, and I treat Ubers the way I treat barbers.
Okay.
I pay for the service, or I tell them where I want to go, or what haircut I want, or whatever. I sit down, I close my eyes, and I shut down. I power down like a fucking device. And then until the service is done, and I fucking get out and leave.
Okay.
I'm antisocial like that way. I don't want to talk to any strangers. I don't want to make small talks. I don't want to hear about your life, and I don't want to tell you about mine. So never any issue with me, but like the people probably thinks I'm a dick.
Well, I've taken many Ubers in many different parts of the country. My job actually recommends if we're going to go out and, you know, get sauced at all, to just take an Uber.
Yeah.
It's
just a smart thing to do.
It's a smart thing to do. Yeah.
It's so readily available.
Let me think. I can think of I had a guy pick me up. I was in Indianapolis to take me to my hotel, and he was in. I just want to say, if you search Uber, it does come up. It was on Patreon. On Patreon, it was called Bonus Track Episode 6, Uber Pork, so to speak. I have no idea what that's. August 13th, 2017. Whoa,
4 years ago.
That's crazy. And it was in a newer car, like I think it was like a brand new Camry, and loaded to the gills, and he had like signage in there and like cell phone chargers for everything, and
nice.
Ended up talking to him a little bit. He was involved in I think it was probably like a ghost kitchen thing back then, before it was years ago. And then on the way back, I had to Uber back to the airport when I was done with my meetings there. It was a guy I ended up talking. He was a retired retired from the service, and he was a realtor.
Postal Service? I'm kidding.
Yep. Hey, listen, government retirement either way.
Service is service, bro.
Yeah. And he was a realtor. He said he just hung out I just hang out around the airport and wait for something to pop up, and I'll do my realty work while I'm sitting there.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I got him one, New York City. It was hot as hell. Me and Jose, I went to Jose's house after a toy show, and then we went to Ring of Honor Wrestling at the Manhattan. I don't know. We got in an Uber right there in the Bronx, and this dude was the stinkiest human being I've ever been around in my life. But the entire car was just it was rancid. It was rancid. I had they have a thing called Uber Share, where like you may end up getting a car with other people
who are in the same destination.
Right.
I was hoping Share comes and picks you up in an Uber.
If I could turn. No, that would be great. Probably have to pay extra for that.
At this sign.
You got it, Bobby. Build the booth.
Yeah, man. Buddy booth, right?
So we were, this was however many years ago, Kelly and I were going on a cruise. We were down in, I guess, Fort Lauderdale, and needed like, I don't know, suntan low, some bullshit nonsense that we forgot to bring. So I'm like, well, there's a Walmart. I'll take an Uber there. So I took the Uber there. It was fine. On the way back, you call for the Uber. Well, and it says Suzanne's going to be in a silver Mazda. Well, somebody pulls up, like, hey, are you Chris? Yeah. Well, I'm Suzanne, and it's like some hoopty car. Sorry, my car's in the shop, and I was the last person to get in, and it was full. And the guy next to me had just gotten done smoking weed before he got in the Uber. That was kind of peculiar. And the last peculiar thing is I was with a work group, very large group, probably like 12, 15 of us.
Damn. And
they called an Uber, and I swear to God, it was like a used church van that came and picked all of us up.
Nice.
So, yeah, no, nothing super crazy, but
I will read his stories because I do think they're worth reading. He said he had two that were obnoxious. First was First one had a vet Navy Desert Storm stuff all over the car. Lots of handwritten signs of what you could and could not do in said car. He would
Handwritten?
He would not. Yeah, they were like written out of like the pages in the Seven diary.
Oh my
God. No.
That composition, that shit. Every time I see a composition notebook in somebody's house, I'm like, I don't trust it. He would not allow me to drink a bottle of water I had with me, but it gets worse. The music this 50-plus-year-old dude was playing, soft 70s, 80s rock, was loud, but not loud enough to drown his singing out to these songs.
Oh, my God.
He was singing, whistling, beating on his steering wheel, honking the horn to whatever song that came on. Call Me also had the windows cracked, but did not have the air conditioner on, so I asked him to turn it on and up. He proceeded to turn it up for blast and was like, is this good enough for you? This guy could possibly disassemble and reassemble a gun faster than I could transform a G1 Bumblebee, so I held my tongue. The second one, very clean car, but this guy had older jazz soft R&B and proceeded to sing along, dance in the seat, whistle, and smack the steering wheel as well. I asked him to turn the music down and also turn the air conditioning on, which he did for about 3 seconds and then switched both back. I then proceeded to download Nerd Rage Radio and play that as loud as I could in the back seat on my phone while sticking my head out the window so I didn't melt in the heat. And in my head, he looks like Joker in Dark Knight when he's like... So yeah, all I have is that one experience and I just fuck with it. So like, that was another thing, like, and Adam's kind of a stoic dude. Like he's kind of like a straight and narrow dude. So like he's one of the people in my life that I really enjoyed cracking up. You know what I mean? Like to like crack the eggshell. And I had his ass fucking rolling in the back of this car, but like trying to keep it together for the sake of not being a dick to the lady that was driving us. It was a good memory. All right, Andrew M says. Let me see if he's got a long one too. So let me. He said, "Found you guys through Bobby's channel. Listener from South Carolina, aka South Kakalaki or South Cac, aka the home of corridor shame, aka the state you only hear about in history class when they do some problematic shit." Yeah, this dude's actually pretty funny. He said, "We have damn good barbecue though."
They do.
You're from there, right? Aren't you? To South Carolina.
In the South, yeah. Where are you from?
Same place.
Don't be nasty, Bobby.
He said, always funny to hear Bobby talk about swinging through the low country. Glad to see you visited our sometimes questionable state from time to time. Stay for the pimento cheese, stay away from the dirty myrtle, enjoy our lax fireworks laws, and stop by south of the border for a great time. It's always my go-to for visitors. Do not stop at south of the border, in parentheses. So south of the border is sketchy as fuck. Have you? Like, I'm sure you've seen it.
I don't know right off.
So it's right at the border of North Carolina to South Carolina. The mascot is this guy Pedro.
Oh, is that where Petey Pablo lives?
You would think. Okay. Pedro has like a big sombrero. He's like a Mexican character.
Right on time.
South of the border, right?
I get it.
The whole bit. And it's like this like resort, but it's like it all looks like Section 8. like you know what I mean? Like it's like a motel that looks like it belongs on the boulevard. There's like miniature golf courses, but like the fan is missing like one of the propellers, and you know what I mean. It's just like there's a gas station there, but there's like 3 sketchy dudes hanging out underneath the street light of it. Like it's fucked.
Listen, Bobby, but if
your favorite kind of place,
yeah, it's all about perspective. So if where you're coming from, that's a nice motel, and where you're coming from, the mini golf ain't got no propellers, and where you come from, the corner store's got 4 dudes hanging out. This is a vacation.
That's fair.
That's all about perspective.
That is true. Didn't think about it that way.
So he said, I've got 2 questions. My first is for Chris. Backstory. I graduated from a certain school in Alabama where you're from.
Oh, boy.
Give Pinkerton a good war eagle for me. He'll know. I got a degree.
That's the second time I've been asked about War Eagle.
He said, I got a degree in industrial design and wanted to focus on the toy industry. When the nature of this industry, the COVID effect, and my profession as a whole, finding a job and what I went to school for right out of college has been a bit of a nightmare. Started developing toys in the Nerf scene. Used some of my education since to launch an Etsy page where I make 3D printed upgrade kits for store-bought blasters, as well as moving into 100% 3D printed blasters. A lot of how Chris got into the business of making custom add-ons for toy enthusiasts was an inspiration for me to finally jump into it, so thank you.
Nice.
With that being said, looking back to where you started versus where you are now, what advice could you give yourself back then as you started Crashbox, or for someone like me starting a small business? Same can go for all of you. Bobby with YouTube and Joe with Twitch.
So I'll start by saying War Eagle, because I make sure I'm clear. I say Roll Tide ironically. I do. That is the battle cry of the University of Alabama.
Yep.
I do not like them as a team. I think most people who are Alabama fans, I find to be obnoxious. And Auburn fans aren't really that much better. But as a choice growing up, I always was an Auburn fan. I actually have an Auburn hat in my closet. And Auburn is known for their engineering, so that makes sense to go. They're also known for their agriculture, so engineering and agriculture. We're gonna figure out a better way to feed these cows.
We do it all here.
What the hell did I just do? I got strong all of a sudden. See that? I tore my mic all the way down.
White Eagle.
As far as advice, see that's. I mean, I literally started out cutting up foam on my kitchen table. You know, so I mean, Bobby's doing that today, right? So. Just find what you want to do.
Like, what would you tell yourself?
What would I tell myself?
Your 2021 Chris can go back and meet the guy at the kitchen table.
Yeah, probably invest more in the business early and see that
like the machines.
Yeah,
and
just see, and see if look at it from a bigger picture standpoint. I remember it was like, man, I can buy some hot toys if I keep this up. That was where my mind was at. And I wasn't look at it more as an enterprise opportunity and not a side hustle.
Yeah.
That would probably be most of my advice. And now, hot glue's hot. Because I can't feel the tips of my fingers, but that's all right.
But you always got hot glue on you. You just get used to it.
I know.
Yeah, you're dripping with it now.
Yeah, I'm literally
in the seat.
Yes, I won't be able to get up.
Yeah. Joe?
Well, I'm not a fucking entrepreneur. I'm always a sidekick to shit. But I don't know. Krista is relatively successful being new, but I think it's because she went into it of passion. She did this for fun. I don't think she would do anything different. She always does everything she wants to do. So like if she went back a year and tell herself something now, I don't think it would be anything different.
I would explain the internet to him. Like that's a big one. That like people say things, but they don't mean what they say. Like if someone says they're gonna get you, they're just saying things because they don't think they're ever gonna have the opportunity to bump into you. So that's because like that was a big deal. Like learning that like the threats
internet comments
were empty and shit was like it was a big learning curve for me. Because like I was seriously like
Bobby was ready to do 4 to 6 over some internet beef.
I'll tell you. I mean like the shit at some points that I was willing to do. There's one individual in particular where I found out I paid a lot of money to find out where he lived, what he was up to, and I was going to fly out to him. Like that's a fact. Like because I didn't understand the culture where I come from, and everything about me is you say what you mean and you mean what you say, and you live on that, you die on that, like you stand on that. Like
that's not the internet.
It's not.
You just blurt out whatever the fuck you feel like blurting
Correct.
out.
So I would have explained that to him, and I'd also say to diversify early. To don't make it third party masterpiece your bread and butter, because the days of third party masterpiece may indeed be more numbered than you think.
Tell them we're third parties in 5 years.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, look, I know what the main question is. I've got the answer.
That's it.
Imagine what you love, but imagine they're 3 inches tall.
Would you maybe explain to yourself how to not have that annoying black border around your screen for 2 years?
Yeah. I would tell a lot. Like I would say, start Patreon earlier. I would explain that like you can be okay at selling what you do and not feel a way about it.
Yes,
that's hard. I still struggle with it. Right. So like there's a lot of things, man. Like I'm definitely of that like the only way I learn is by making mistakes. Like that's just who I am. Like you can teach me something 1,000 times, but the moment I fuck it up, I'll never forget.
Right.
So yeah, like I would go through internet, diversify. Don't be afraid to sell yourself without that you can sell yourself without sacrificing yourself. That would probably be it. Second question is on podcasts in general. This one or any that you listen to. What do you think is more important to you? The people involved and how they interact on the show, or the type of content they make? For context, I co-hosted and ran all the creative editing and production elements on a podcast for over a year with 5 friends on local South Carolina sports, and recently left on pretty not so good terms. I related a lot to what Bobby has said and about podding with Adam in the past and on communicating with each other outside of the podcast. We stopped doing that, which is why we thought a podcast was good to do in the first place. That's kind of what happened to us, too. In general, I thought our success lied in who we were as people and how that worked off of each other, but creative differences on where we wanted to go with the podcast and content did become an issue. I think it's definitely a balance you have to set, but do you think it's more important to have people who understand the kind of content you want to make or people with interesting personalities to talk to? I appreciate the contact. Keep hustling.
For me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I come over here to talk to you guys. I don't come over here to talk about whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
That's just a side project.
Yeah, I'm just coming to hang.
Yeah, it's. I think it's all about like I think that the priority is the people and the personalities and the way that they intersect. The basis for that conversation, though, it's like a I don't know, like that tetherball, like or like where the, you know what I mean, where the ball
swings around.
Yeah, like. It's okay for that ball to get that far from the pole, but it has to come back at some point, and that distance of that rope is a set distance. And when you get beyond that, it starts to change the dynamics of what the fucking thing is. But like, I think our rope is pretty long, so to speak. But like, there are times where like I feel like it's going in a direction where I'm like, we probably want to bring this back in. Where it's getting into something that's like, I don't know. It's just like it's not us. It's like us having a conversation about something that we know is out there, but isn't even necessarily important to us in the same way.
Right.
Or we just feel like the need to talk about it, and it's usually about some sensitive ass shit that like is better to just not really comment a whole lot on anyway if we don't have a strong opinion about it.
Yeah. Right.
But I think that the personality in the kind of the dynamics, the chemistry is. It's paramount.
Important for everyone to be on board, but like the direction of your show too, or what you're doing with it. Like if everyone came in with a different goal and you don't know it, then that's the problem. You're gonna have creative differences, and you're gonna have a breakdown.
Yeah.
Like everyone on day one needs to be like, I'm here for this, and make sure everyone is.
Yeah, and like you know, like this, like the podcasting game is changing, like kind of so dynamically, rapidly, and constantly that like it's interesting to watch without having really a dog in that fight, even though we make a podcast. Like it's not like, you know, Joe Rogan has kind of changed what podcasts are. So like watching how the money it is interesting for me because it does fuck with me sometimes, because like I'm not in this for the money, but I also in my quietest moments are like, man, like people are making money off of us. And that's what pisses me off. So, like, if we make a podcast and we're paying PodBean to host that podcast, we're using Apple Music, we're using Spotify, we're using Amazon, we're using, you know, all the big players. They're all making money from numbers, being able to say these are the amount of people using our application every day.
Right.
Yeah.
And although it's a very small wedge that we're doing in comparison to somebody like Joe Rogan,
it's still
part of it.
Yeah.
And I think if they were just like, look, we'll waive the fees from now on, it would make me feel better about it.
Yeah.
But,
Well, at least like if you get to a certain amount, like if you get to this many listeners on average,
right,
you don't have to pay anymore.
I'll say we've said it several times on here. Please leave us a 5-star or whatever review on whatever platform. And I'll give a real life example.
We did get some.
I use hang on, I'm gonna look. What is it? I use PodBean.
And you talk shit about us.
That's where I
leave
listen.
a 5-star review and then talk all the shit you want. We'll read it.
And just on my homepage the other day, I had a recommended. It was something nerd culture or something that was like showed on the recommended. And I looked and like we have on this platform like 4 times as many people that are subscribed.
Right.
And we're not
popping. And you know, several other podcasts I listen to this. So find your algorithm, your rhythm with Al, and leave us a review.
Al Gore's rhythm.
Thank you if you have.
Jake C. Good day, NRR crew.
Good day, mate.
Hope you guys are having a good week. My question is, if you guys could hear a character in adult animation sing one of your favorite songs, what character would it be and which song? Think Peter Griffin singing Eye of the Tiger, or Cartman singing Poker Face.
Cartman also sang Kiss on a Rose.
Oh, did
Swing
he?
of Seal, yeah.
That's a good one.
Who did you say that?
Huh?
Who sang that?
Cartman?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm gonna say, Bob from Bob's Burgers. Singing "Ride with the Wind" by Christopher Cross.
I'm gonna say Hank Hill.
Damn it, Bobby.
Singing "Welcome to the Party" by Pop Smoke.
I don't know the words to that, Bobby.
I want Batman to sing to Robin, just the two of us.
Fair enough.
There you go.
I will read. That's it for questions this week. I will read some of these reviews because we did get some. And please leave them because they really help us out. Which is like an old joke that I should probably bring back under the context. But all right, so let's see. Bobby, Joe, and the other guy, just kidding, Chris.
Nice.
Just kidding. And he says, JK, Chris, are a real bright point of every work week. Love what you guys do.
Thank you.
Coruscant Nights at the Square. I started listening last summer in lockdown and joined Bobby's Patreon shortly thereafter. These guys are just funny, and I find it entertaining and fascinating to listen to the conversations, and sometimes they say things I didn't know I needed to hear. Great show. Keep up the good vibe. Best Nerd Toys Pop Culture Lifestyle Podcast. Been a follower of the podcast for 3 years, and I subscribe to the Patreon content just to get it early.
Nice.
I don't attend a church, but this is my religious institution. Lots of great topics if you're interested in comics, toys, collectibles, music, diorama building, and some current events. More than a show for me. Feels like I'm sitting down with old friends. And then the last one says, my favorite podcast. These guys are very personable, entertaining, and downright fascinating. I love the Nerd Week segment most of all. They make me feel as if I'm right in the middle of it. Very informative on all things pop culture with no shortage of humor. Thanks a lot, Bobby, Joe, and Pinkerton.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're at
Appreciate
92.
it.
If we could get 100, that would be great.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And is that's on iTunes?
That's on iTunes. We have
Okay.
92. I think we have 91 5-star and 1 4-star. So
I mean, fair. It's fair.
somebody had to be different.
Oh, it's more realistic, man. If it's all 5 stars,
Well, I mean,
Where's your podcast at? Excuse me, Mr. Perfect.
I just found some more on PodBay.fm, I think.
Oh, nice.
No, well, maybe they're the same. That's Bobby, Joe, and the other. No,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
It's just same.
Yeah,
reviews.
it's the same stuff.
A lot of people just hijack iTunes. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
a lot of other ones
Yeah.
just hijack iTunes. So makes
Yeah,
sense.
We have a stretch goal of 100.
Yeah. With a stretch goal. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else really on the thing. Like once again, I know the pods seem a little late. That's because they are a little late.
1 week late to be exact.
Yeah, but by the first week of August, everything should be back on track.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Well, next week for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And so shout out to everybody at the Cool Table. If you're listening to Make a Pod, as far as I'm concerned, it's part of the Cool Table as well.
Everyone who leaves a 5-star review is a part of the
Everyone
Cool
leaves
Table
a
for
5-star
sure.
review.
That's all you
part
have
of
to
the
do
Cool
to join
Table.
the Cool Table.
Yep.
5-star review.
Yeah. And shout out, I didn't look up there, Joe, by the way. Shout out to the rest of the Nerd Rage team. Raul, who Chris got the pleasure of spending a little bit of time with this past week, and I hope that he's well. And he holds our Instagram down. Shout out to Marilyn Phil, who does our notes and Twitter. Shout out to Dante's crazy ass, who does our Facebook. And shout out to Gore Sensitive and of course Manny behind the scenes helping me from time to time, and Raul, not Raul, but the other good-hearted dude Esteban,
Protect him at all costs.
at all costs. And with that,
Flappy labius.
Tasty tank.
tight dick player.